Hello, my loves. Welcome and welcome back to my channel, Soup for the Soul Tarot. So we're going to get into a reading for the sign of Ophiuchus, and this is going to be April's forecast. So there are two different piles you can choose from. I was specifically guided to do two piles for this sign. And for those that just don't acknowledge Ophiuchus, that's fine. You know, you do you. Ophiuchus is the odd man or odd woman out, right? And so I do feel like the sign is kind of meant to be the outcast, the one that's not socially acceptable or really acknowledged or really struggle with fitting into kind of accepted society. Anyways, take deep breaths and choose which card you're most drawn to. Of course, you also, I'm just gonna include this little bit and I'll stop talking, but you don't necessarily have to have this sign in your chart, and it also doesn't necessarily have to be your sun sign. I think there are charts out there now that do include Ophiuchus in the, you know, and the chart calculator or whatever. So yeah, you could just be resonating in this energy though, so that's fine. And cross watchers are welcome. I just ask you to be respectful. Okay. All right. Without further ado, let's start with those that were drawn to this card here. And this says 4 forces in the reverse, spring or autumn. And this is what it looks like in the upright position. Such a beautiful depiction of spring and fall, or spring and autumn here. So, in the month of April, I feel like the sun is setting. Also, you know, in the reverse, I do feel like this is representing autumn or fall. So those that could resonate with this perhaps could be in the southern hemisphere. Maybe you're geographically located in the southern hemisphere, and that's fine. You know, it could be fall where you are at this period of time. But of course, that doesn't necessarily have to be the case. You could still resonate with this even if you live in the northern hemisphere where it's spring. Anyways, I do feel like, again, the sun is setting and you're saying goodbye to people. I specifically feel like you're saying goodbye to people. Maybe they just, you know, have left the earth. You know, maybe they're on the other side. If you believe that they've passed on to heaven, perhaps take that, okay? But I do feel like a lot of people in your life have come and gone. And you're realizing that you are here alone. And I do feel like you're in this period of healing and deep contemplation. And so for some of you, you've been in this period for some years. You've been in this odd transitional period for years and have been struggling to really let go, and that's fine. Everybody grieves in their own time. And I just feel like you've just been making slow progress. Maybe, you know, you've overcome a lot in your lifetime up until this point. And because of that, you know, you may need a whole lot of time. Perhaps for some of you, it's even double the amount of time to get over something, all right? But I do want to pull some, they're guiding me to pull a lover's oracle here, so I will. I do feel like family is here though, family, and people that feel like family are very important to you. They hold a very special place in your heart. And again, I do feel like for some of you, a lot of them have passed over or passed on. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have healing. Imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light. Feel your relationship being healed at this very moment, right? And the card that actually came out was, beware of what you are projecting, for the qualities you admire in one another are qualities you both possess. Equally so, the qualities you don't like are also your own reflection. And, YouTube is very PG these days, and I'm going to be posting this on there. So I'm just going to cover this part, which is unfortunate because I think the artwork is beautiful. And I'm just gonna put maybe, I might just leave it out completely, but yeah. But what I'm getting here is that you are forgiving. You are forgiving. Maybe with people, that have gone in your life, perhaps you're acknowledging that there was a lot of conflict, maybe disagreements, criticism, and to you now, you're putting it behind you and you're like, you know what, that doesn't affect me anymore. Those disagreements just don't really matter. At the end of the day, this bond that you share with these people, these memories that you held so dear, especially when it comes to family or people that feel like family, means more to you than these petty arguments or conflicts. I do feel like, it's kind of, you were kind of in a war zone here, especially in regards to relationships. For some of you, maybe you really have been to war. You may be, a war vet or a combat vet. Or you could still be active duty and you just been deployed and have seen a few things, perhaps more than a few things for some of you, right? That were brutal. And you kind of gave you maybe seeing, death, seeing suffering of other people that kind of got caught in the crossfire really gave you a different perspective here, even if they were your opponent, even if they were, the so-called political enemy, quote unquote, right? It's like you're looking at it and you're like, was this really worth it? Was this really necessary? Was physical violence really all that necessary? Like, what kind of battles are we fighting? Why am I fighting other people's battles, Perhaps also some of you could be mourning heroes or people that were heroes to you. Maybe you could be visiting memorials, cemeteries in the month of April. All right, let's pull some tarot now and see what else we have for those that chose this card. Okay. We have Queen of Cups in the reverse. We have Two of Cups. Okay, we have the Sun. And we have the Page of Cups. So much water energy here. Look at all this cups energy. And then we have, of course, one of the major arcana cards, fire energy, the Sun. Bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Coins. All right. Okay. I do feel like there is a reunion here. And this may be more emotional. Again, realizing that you have a lot of good memories, maybe that you are more alike than unalike to loved ones that you've gotten arguments with. It's about coming together for you. It's kind of interesting how we have kind of almost conflicting messages, but I feel like it's just because it's complex. And how do we put it? It's like, I'm trying to think of the word for it. Give me a sec. Okay, the word I was looking for is paradox. You're seeing a paradox in something. Maybe again with relationships, especially relationships with family or people that were like family to you, but also of your homeland, maybe of your country, maybe especially that those that have been to war, maybe, you know, kind of reflecting on what you're defending, what you're fighting for. So there's a lot of the Sun card, realizations that are happening for you in the month of April. Queen of Cups in reverse. Some of you have lost maybe a mother figure in your life. This could literally be your biological mother, or perhaps it could be the mother of your children, or some of you, maybe it's a grandmother, again, somebody that was like a mother to you. And Two of Cups, maybe you're realizing now, you have clarity now of why things happened the way they did. Maybe your actions and things with the Sun, how you contributed to this relationship, maybe falling out at some points or having its own conflicts at certain points. It's like, hey, I realize that, you know, I'm not perfect, you know, and so you're wanting to come together here. Also, someone I'm picking up here has a really good sense of humor. Anyways, that's kind of like a side message here. But the Page of Cups, it's just wanting this renewal in relationships, wanting to start over, starting right with some fresh footing here. Let's put the past behind us. And I'm a different person now, and maybe the other person's a lot different than what you remembered, you know. And so it's just like, maybe we can make this work this time around, right? Nine of Coins, so we could come together here and have stability, but also recognize that we are two different people, two independent people. Maybe now you're also more financially stable, or maybe just more stable in general, right? Emotionally and financially, physically, just overall a lot more healthy than you were in the past. And now you're like, because I feel like more of a whole, an independent person, I now kind of want to come together here. All right, so let's pull an oracle to end with here. We have number 17, the Queen of Hearts, which is very much like the Queen of Cups, and that's here, but in the reverse. And I do feel like it's coming together, really. I think it's a rebirth. After some time has gone by, for some of you, maybe you haven't spoken to certain family members or people that were like family to you for years. And it's finally kind of making those amends, mending bridges here. I'm going to read number 17 from the booklet. Okay, and this says, with movements, upgrades, and improvements, I bring spring and the change of seasons. Sometimes my symbol stands for a new family addition or simply a new state of evolution. I can be your move or your next promotion. The stork is a predictable creature, even though it is fabled to bring change. For example, with the delivery of a child, in reality it returns home like clockwork to the same nest every year. The stork is a very favored creature and is looked upon with affection. Its return to the nest at springtime is the reason for the occasion with birth and delivery, which is very much its meaning in the Lenormand system. The stork and the rider will bring news for sure, particularly combined with the letter. The image conjured by the reverie here depicts a pair of storks at home in their nest with the blazing sun breaking through the clouds. They are looking up towards the life-giving sun, one of the other cards in the Lenormand deck. It's funny, we do have the sun here in a different deck. The process of birth and life and then death brings inevitable change. Depending on the cards around the stork, it is a lifestyle change. For example, combined with a house might mean a change of dwelling. Anyways, I know there was a lot of extra information there. But again, I do feel like it's time for some of these relationships to be restored, to be mended, to be renewed. And you have a very different perspective on things now. So if that resonated, guys, that was the reading. I hope you choose to hit the follow button and maybe subscribe to my channel, Soup for the Soul Tarot. And don't forget to hit the like button on your way out if you're choosing to leave and not watch those that also chose the second card here. Or to watch the reading for the second card here. Okay, let's see, for those that chose this card, what's the forecast for the month of April? We have 6 of Forces in the reverse, the waterfall, and in the upright, that's what this looks like. Just, for everyone's knowledge, not all these cards are in the reverse. It just so happens that both of these cards were in the reverse. But yeah, just for everyone's knowledge here. Okay. So, in the month of April, what am I feeling here? Give me a second. I feel like there's a door opening, kind of like against your will, or something is coming in, or something's rushing in against your will, meaning it's just happening to you. You're kind of forced to go with the flow. You're kind of forced to deal with the situation. It's like there's a lot of momentum that's building, and I really feel like it's impossible to really stop it at this point. We're in the month of April. It's like it or not, here it comes. And so get ready, brace yourself for whatever's coming your way in April. So I do want to see more of what this is about, and I pulled a Lover's card for those that chose pile 1. So I'm going to be fair and do the same thing for those that chose pile 2. So let's see what's going on here. In the month of April, for OPHIUCHUS, or those just in this energy. Also, the color blue is standing out to me. Maybe you're going to receive some truth. On the deck, we have My Beloved. Though we may be physically apart, spiritually we are always united, for love transcends space and time. Nothing is missing. And the card that actually came out was Reflection. Give each other some space at the moment. Trust and have faith that all will work out for the best. And I can show you the image on this card because it is PG. But I'm going to actually leave this card over here so you can see that one. But yeah, see, we have more blues, and in this card maybe we have a little bit of deep purples, or maybe violets here. So I feel like for one, I feel like somehow this is connected to dreams. Maybe you've dreamt about a particular person, or you've been having dreams of a particular person that's very much in your heart. Maybe somebody that you are at a distance from, somebody that you may have not spoken to in a while. But I do feel like you're holding on to regrets of your own. Maybe it's because you've always wanted to tell this person how you really feel deep down, and you just, maybe you didn't really get the chance to do that. And maybe partly it's because maybe you've had this realization after this separation, after this distance between the both of you. But anyways, let's pull some tarot here and see what else is happening here, or how this is kind of connected. Yeah, I'm hearing second chances. You yearn to meet again. Maybe you're wanting to do this right the second time. All right, in the month of April, Okay, we have the Queen of Swords in the reverse. We have the Nine of Cups. We have the Hermit in the reverse. One more card here. I'm telling you to stop at 3, so maybe the number 3 is significant to you. Doesn't necessarily have to be. Maybe there's, I don't know, a third party situation here. There's multiple people involved in this situation. Maybe it's just you and this other person. Doesn't necessarily have to be like this person is with somebody, but maybe like family, friends are involved in the situation. Let's see. And we have the Four of Wands in reverse, yeah. Bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Cups. Yeah, I feel like things again are going to be kind of going. Like what I'm getting here is like, for example, we have water rushing this way, and you're kind of going this way, but you're going to be forced to go this way, if that makes any sense. So I do feel like you're having to redirect yourself. You're having to redirect yourself and make a different turn. The Queen of Swords is in the reverse here, and that may be who you were connected to. You could have been connected to a Queen of Swords, or somebody with air in their chart. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius doesn't necessarily have to be here. Okay, we also have Virgo as well. I'm open to that. But again, it doesn't have to be. But I do feel like this person may have cut you out, or may have said that enough was enough. And decided to, turn the other cheek, or turn their back on this connection rather. However, with the Nine of Cups, I feel like these are tears. I do feel like you've shed a lot of tears over the loss of this connection. And I don't know what you did here, and everyone that chooses this pile obviously is like on a different, journey. So, but I don't know what happened, what you contributed to, what you think you did to contribute to this separation or breakup, but you do think that you could have gone about this differently if only you knew, So maybe it was a place of ignorance, or maybe it was, you were doing something just foolish, and maybe you were sort of aware of it, but I do feel like you've held on to this regret for a long time. And in the Hermit in reverse, this person, this situation, or the way things ended with this person has not left your mind. Some of you may think about this every day, or several days a week, or it just comes up pretty often for you as you kind of live your life. You do want to make amends, but with the Four of Wands in reverse, again, I do feel like your backs are kind of turned, away from each other, or your backs are, I guess, towards each other, but you're facing away. I don't know. Probably explained that horribly, but I hope you know what I mean here. So let me pull another oracle card here. Oh, okay. So, about the sense of direction, right? Notice these arrows are going down, down, and this is going up and down, I feel like how do I put this? Due to gravity, right, you have no choice but to kind of go in this downwards direction, or you don't really have a choice to obviously resist gravity, right? But I do feel like you would like to. So I'm getting with this is you want to kind of turn back time, or you wish you could reverse the clock, or wish you could just go back, so it's almost as if, like, again, you're wanting to go this direction, but it's like you can't, time goes on. You know what I mean? Time goes on. You can't stop it. That's just a fact of this life that you have to accept. All right. Let me pull an oracle card here. Spirit for overall message. For some of you, you may have had a family with this person. You may have a kid or two, or just kids with this person, and I don't know, some of you maybe had issues. Some of you, maybe it's like a gambling addiction, something that randomly came to mind. Doesn't necessarily have to be that, but maybe it was a bad habit that you had that really caused this person to say, I just can't do this. Anyways, overall message here, Spirit, in the month of April, for those that chose this card, for those resonating in this Ophiuchus energy. Okay, so we have number 21, and looks like there's just, a mountain in the background. So I do feel like, again, this path is blocked, right? You do wish to see this person again, but there's this wall that separates you and this other person, or between you and this reality that at least you would like to manifest. And that means coming together with this person, and maybe your family, for those that have had children with this person. But I am going to read number 21 from the booklet again. Oh, remember I said number 3? 21 in numerology reduces to the number 3. And for those that are like, well, how does that work? You just kind of add the numbers together. 2 plus 1 is 3. Don't ask me why that's the way it is in numerology. That's just a method of, I guess, reducing, I don't know, numbers. But, all right, we have mountain. I come to bring you challenges and obstacles with blockages and resistance. I will make you late for your date, and my coldness will take emotions off the plate. Pay attention and beware, I can be the enemy in your lair. The mountain is symbolic of obstacles in our way. Whilst it may be there to be conquered, as we see from the animal looking upon the mountain, it is certainly in our way. In the reverie, the mountain appears to us as an almost impossible obstacle, according with its origins as a card of detour, slowing us down. In fact, when combined with other cards, it shows that we might abandon our planned route and take another path. Yeah, that is what I see here. And I'm hearing till we meet again. All right, till we meet again. Anyways, that is what I have for those that chose that card or card number 2. If that resonated or you just enjoyed watching this, I hope you choose to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Soup for the Soul Tarot, or follow me on TikTok. And on TikTok, I'm known as Tea Time Tarot, as those would know that are watching this live. And on your way out, I hope you choose to hit the like button. And yeah, guys, so I'm going to end this live, and I'll probably start another one and do a different type of reading. Again, those that are interested in a personal reading, you can always donate through the link in my bio. For those that are genuinely interested, and I can add you to the list, and I can always do your reading after I do these more collective reads, just as I did just now. So that is only for your own, obviously, information. But yeah, I'm going to go, and if I see you on the other side, great. If not, thanks for watching. Bye, guys.